Well, basically, it's set in 1977 in a cab office in Pittsburgh, and it centres around the character of Becca, who runs the cab office, with the rest of us, except for Booster. Limo plays Booster's son. No, Becca's son. All right, should we? No. Sorry.
Jitney is the first play written by August Wilson. It is all set in Pittsburgh, and it follows the lives of a group of jitney drivers or cab drivers as they try and navigate their own personal lives, everything that's going on with them, and also how they're going to save their station and their community from gentrification, which is coming in.
It's just really good writing.
Visceral, real, honest. It speaks to everyone.
He shines a light on the black experience in a way that I've never really experienced as a British actor in this country. I've not experienced it in that way, so.
It's a bit of an emotional roller coaster. And it's a study on human beings and their relationships, basically. The failure to communicate.
If there's a rift between you and someone close to you, it's better to resolve it sooner rather than leave it too late.
Yeah, it's about, you know, how you like deal with rifts.
And you see the conflict of personalities and ages and experience and what they've been through and what they know and how that comes into play in this station.
I really love this script because it has a really wonderful collection of characters. It's a workplace drama, so you get a real motley crew who've been thrown together and who all have their own individual lives and loves and losses and needs, but have to band together in order to kind of save their workplace and save their community. And while all of that is going on, they've still got to do their job. So you've got people rushing around in and out, trying to get things done, trying to make their money, trying to hustle. But at the same time, there's a common goal that they all have to put their stuff aside in order to make things really happen and to really move together as a community.
One of the most important things about this play is it really shows you the importance of community.
Oh, yeah.
It's about like everybody looking after each other while the world around you is crumbling.
Also to mention, maybe I can speak about this, but like the themes of gentrification throughout the play.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like how that's so relatable to now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say you're talking about too many places, but Peckham, Dalston Junction, Hackney, places like this which are changing and like communities are being pushed out, and mainly that's to do, it's looking at the intersectionalities of race and class. I mean, the list goes on, and I feel like those themes are very relevant and poignant to today, and it's happening around us.
Yep.
We see it happening.
There's aspects of every one of us within these characters. But for me personally, I'm the Tony Marshall. So they don't really relate to me.
See what we have to put up with, you know.
What I found quite interesting about Becca is his sense of order. And I like a sense of order.
We try to find out what the characters are really trying to say.
In that particular area in Pittsburgh, in the States, there's a particular way in which a lot of the characters tend to speak and the grammar that they use. You can do the initial work at home, you know, in your room, and you can hear your voice and you sound really confident and really kind of on top of it. And then you do it in front of your partner or your wife or whoever, and then they bounce it back and they say, yeah, that sounds great. Then you come into the room with the other actors and the director and everybody else, and then all of a sudden it sounds crap. You've got to start all over again.
Yeah, in terms of preparation for me, my character, he's been incarcerated for 20 years. So obviously I couldn't commit that much.
That's not what
the role. So for me, it's been about speaking to people who may have experienced that.
The characters are so, you know, this is the thing with good writing and writing good characters. People are so multi-layered. So when you go back to revisit those characters, you find, there's this thing which I hadn't noticed before, and you can just build on that and build on that.
Yeah.
Because he's layered the characters so beautifully.
I think for me, I've now got my clogs in the rehearsal room, which makes all the difference. Footwear really can change me as a person because I think as well, it's the way that I'm slightly elevated. Automatically, I feel like I am somebody else.
I like music. So I started to research the hits of 1977, and there was like the soul music or the blues at that time, and I was just like, oh, what would be Sheely's like go-to music? Or what would be his favorite music? Or what would he like listen to or dance to?
I think there's parts of every character that I can relate to within this, even down to Rena. Ultimately, we have dreams and we have wants. We can relate to those things. We have passions. We're emotional beings. For that reason, I think it's relatable. It's absolutely relatable.
I think people should come and see Jitney because it's really fun. The characters are really vivid and exciting and specific, and it's got an incredible pace to it. It's also got just such beautiful, tender moments of vulnerability, and you get these conversations, especially conversations between men that you don't normally get to see, where Black men in particular are just being really open and honest about what they need and what they feel. And I also think there's a really exciting climax that we're all building up to through the piece. There's some really beautiful little set pieces. It's fun, and at some points it's a bit scary. It's a good night out.
I don't know that there are that many playwrights who can write better than August Wilson. So if you want a masterclass in good playwriting, come and see that.
You don't want to miss it because it's one of the greatest ways that August Wilson has done. Very powerful, very moving. Big blend of collaboration. Just one big awesome piece. So something that you don't want to miss.
If I could describe this play in one word, I'll say nuanced.
Emotion.
Poetic.
Loss. Tragedy.
Timeless.
That's not a real word. Americana.
Can I have a drink? I have a single word, which is black, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking iconically black. If I put the hyphen in between,
If you hyphenate it.
iconically black. It's a classic. All his works are classic. We swarm to the theatre to watch Shakespeare's work because it's great. We swarm to watch Chekhov. We should be swarming to the theatre to watch a piece of August Wilson writing, and it should be studied, and more people should know about his work because it's incredible.